Now I've got a situation here. I'm doing a service on a transmission. Doesn't look like it's ever been done before, and I actually broke one of the bolts that holds the pan in. Now what happened, you can see it stripped some of the threads in some of them and one broken one. I've let it soak in oil. I've put some oil in the top there and tried to let it soak. Tapped it with a hammer a few times, not too hard because you might break that bit. And I've had the lock pliers on it, trying to work it left and right. It still won't come off. So basically what I'm going to have to do now is find a nut that I can just screw on there like this. And then I'm going to have to drag the MIG over here and just give it a little MIG and then try and work it slowly left and right. So yeah, the lock pliers seem to be slipping around it all the time. It's only a little 10mm bolt, so yeah, a bit of more trouble than it's worth, but yeah, I'm not sure if that'll get it out. But anyway, I'll MIG that up and then we'll see if we can work it slowly and get it out. Another thing to note when you're welding on something like this, so you don't burn out any bearings or caused by a bad contact in the transmission, you have the earth as close as you can to the thing that you're welding. So I'm actually going to be holding it on there like that while I MIG it up. I can't really show you when I do it, but I'm going to end up probably getting a piece of metal, putting it in the earth clamp and just touching the outside of it, just so the current doesn't go through any bearings or valves or anything. It can do damage in the transmission if you get a spark in between those contacts. Okay, what I've done is I've just got this scrap bit of metal and put it in the earth cable, and I've just held it on the side of directly on the side of the nut that I've put on there, and then I've just MIG'd it, just tacked it a few times. Hopefully it's going to hold strong enough before it breaks off, so I can undo it slowly. Now I'm just going to work it slowly. I'm going to put a bit more oil up top because it's probably burnt off now that it's had a bit of heat through it, and also the heat might even help it come loose as well. So I'm just going to leave it to cool down as well, but put a little bit more oil at the top through the hole there before I try. And squirt a bit of oil on the top there. And now I'm just going to slowly work it, and see it's just working its way loose. So I'm just going to slowly keep doing that until it comes off. You got to keep doing it just slowly like that, otherwise you might seize it again. Keep topping it up with oil. Now the weld broke, I had to re-tack it again, but it is moving now. So I'm just going to work that slowly, keep adding the oil on top. It's going to be a bit of a process to... Oh, there we go, it's a bit looser now. And we're just going to work it off slowly. Might even have to end up re-tapping that to the next size up, and either that or putting a nut. There's room for a nut on top as well, if you need to. There we go. It's taken about 5 minutes of just slowly working it left and right, and it's just come out. And there we go. It actually looks like it hasn't even damaged the thread. Now I'm just going to run a tap through all these just to clean them up a bit, and make sure if there's any alloy caught in the thread, you clean all that off or take it off, because it will damage whatever thread's left in there when you're putting it back in. In this case, it's a little bit awkward. If you think you're going to touch anything with the earth, just make sure you remove it. Yeah, I didn't touch anything there. And remember to always have the earth as close as you can to that so it doesn't travel and cause a spark somewhere through a bearing or wherever there's not a good contact when the current's traveling to here. I hope that makes sense, and I hope it's helped someone. Thanks for watching. Make sure you put oil on there before you do it, or you can seize it again. Make sure you clean the tap or blow it out before you start threading through another hole. And also make sure you blow out all the holes, all the muck that's in the... It's very easy to get seized in alloy like this.